Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, or the Theme Park Evangelist. Today is a very special day. Even if I don't get any other YouTube video done tonight, this one has to be done because it is extremely important. Today is my brother Jonathan Dunbar's 24th birthday. I unfortunately could not be there with him today. I have not seen him since yesterday, unfortunately. I had to work all day, like I normally would. And then I came home and I did about 2 hours of college homework because the professor said I had to. No exceptions. And I'm very upset about it. So before I sing happy birthday to him, and hopefully anybody that watches this video will be nice enough to sing happy birthday for my brother on behalf of me, I would very much so appreciate it. I figured this was the least I could do for him since I couldn't be there for him today. I just wanted to share with you guys a lot of incredible things about him that makes him so special to me. I want to go over like some major highlights. So of course, my brother's been my closest friend my whole life, and we've had our raw spots just like any siblings do, but we've had a very strong bond, stronger than most siblings have. I've seen siblings that have had very similar bonds that my brother and I share. We've had our moments when my brother and I just completely lost it. And I'll be honest, since I have autism, most of the time the reason why Jonathan and I have our issues is because I'm the problem, not him. And don't get me wrong, he gets on my nerves sometimes too. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that my brother does somewhat have a younger mindset, but he's actually very mature for his age. He really is, and I really respect him for that. Unfortunately, since I do have autism, my mind most of the time tends to think a lot younger than it actually is, and most of the time I try not to show it, but when I'm around him, it's hard, especially when I'm like around my parents, but mostly around him. And I don't know what it is. I've told him that I could be my complete self around him. My brother knows stuff my own parents don't know, and my parents know that. I mean, I hope they do, assuming they watch my YouTube video. And, I just know that I can go to my brother and just talk to him about things, and my brother can understand that, and I really appreciate that about him. He's a really good guy. He's a really great guy. I don't want to, share too much personal information because, this is YouTube for crying out loud, but just, over the years, my brother was like right there for me. One of my favorite incidents that occurred, my brother. So it was probably about 17 years ago or so. We went to this big fair. It was called Pig on the Pond. My brother would laugh if he heard me sharing this story. Um, my parents decided it would be a cool idea for us to go into a glass maze. It's actually because of this story you'll know why I hate mazes now. And my brother has nothing to do with this. Actually, if it wasn't for my brother, I don't even know how I would react. I mean, here I am, 27 years old. I'm still definitely afraid of mazes. I don't usually talk about it, but this is the first time I'm going to talk about it. So, we go in, and I got to the second story and I got lost. I kept running into one glass mirror after another. I literally fell on the floor and cried. I was probably 11 at the time. So, appropriate age. Now I would try to problem solve. I would try to follow the dirty footprints. I would more than likely find my way out at this point. Like, I'm not against the idea of going into a maze again. Like, I even said to my friend back on Memorial Day that I would be down to going into the maze at the sorry, the Halloween event Haunt has, or whatever it's called, at Kings Island. But I didn't like the idea of walking around with just a glow stick, not to mention scare actors trying to scare you while you're trying to do this. It's like, I can't focus on that and that at the same time. Anyway, the point is, My brother had gotten out first. My parents mentioned David's still in there. He must be lost. So Jonathan went back in there for after me. He found me and he pulled me out. He was my savior that night. He rescued me. I was so relieved that my brother came and found me. When I thought that I was never going to get out of there, I literally thought I was going to be living in that maze for the rest of my life. I'm not even lying. I feel like somebody would have eventually found me if my parents hadn't reacted as quickly as they did. Of course, my parents and my brother are amazing people, and they wouldn't have never let me stay in there that long. But by the time I got out of there, they could tell I was pretty shaken up about it. Um, Another time that my brother like truly meant the world to me was I suffer from epilepsy as well, and I had a very bad seizure back on March 17th, 2012. I'm not afraid to tell people that I have disabilities. You might ask, should you be driving? I haven't had a seizure since that date. I am on very strong medication, so no worries. I've been cleared by many neurologists over the years that I am legally safe to drive. I will say this right now. If I didn't go off my, or if I did go off my medication, sorry, I would not be allowed to drive. Like if I went off it altogether completely, which I'm not going to anytime soon, I don't plan on ever giving up my medication. I would have to give it up for 3 months, and I would have to give up driving for 3 months. I cannot do that, especially now that I work at the Ark Encounter. While I was working at Meyer, I kind of could have. I told TJ when, um, I was not mad at him or anything because, he and I have fights all the time, but still, the point is, I told him a while back if he were living up here, I'd be more than happy to go off my medication because he could drive me everywhere. That would be literally the only reason I got off my medication. So here's basically what happened that particular day, and I actually remember this day pretty vividly, even though I was out for about 30 minutes of it. Like, I literally didn't remember anything that happened within that 30 minutes. My brother is the only one that I know of that knows how to handle my epilepsy. Like, completely. So, we're in the subway. My grandmother was treating us to lunch. And all I remember doing was about to place my order. I think I had placed my order at that point. I think that was the last thing I remember doing. Because I have a very powerful memory. And if I don't remember something, it's probably because either A, I tend to forget until you remind me. I'm like, oh yeah. Or B, I was completely blacked out, which happened that day. Like right after I had placed my order, I completely blacked out. And now here comes something scary. I completely blacked out in the subway. I was about 5-10 minutes away from my house. I don't remember, being talked to by my brother or my grandmother. I don't remember any of the commotion. I don't remember somehow being picked up and put in the car. I don't remember being driven home. All I remember was waking up in the backyard. I don't even know how I ended up outside in the first place, but anyway, the point is, that's literally where I found myself, and I don't typically wet myself. Especially since I'm a grown man, If I have to go, I'm gonna go use the restroom or the bathroom. I'm just putting that out there. But I'm not even lying. I literally did, wet myself right there. And I was like, how did I get here? That was the first thing that came to my mind. And that's when they asked me right away, you don't remember anything that happened within the past 30 minutes? No. And that scared them. They couldn't believe that I completely blocked out. That's when they put two and two together and figured out that I had a legit seizure. Because I immediately came to, as soon as I came to about 30 minutes later, I remembered who I was, and I knew right away I was home. and I knew who I was with, but I just didn't know what happened within the past 30 minutes. And this has happened twice, and that happened all within that same time frame where I was cooking ravioli and then I fell on the floor and I found myself on the couch about 5-10 minutes later. I didn't even know what happened within that 10 minutes. I just remember I was cooking ravioli and then I found myself on the couch about 10 minutes later. That was crazy. Both times my brother came to my rescue. So the point I'm trying to make is my brother is a true hero. And if it wasn't for my brother, and I've been told this many times, my grandmother wouldn't have known what to do. I would have probably ended up in the hospital, but because my brother knew what he was doing, I was taken good care of, and I really felt like, most importantly, God was there for me. But that still doesn't mean that my brother shouldn't get any credit. And I just want you guys to know that I'm not trying to be a jerk and avoid my brother because, I can't stand him. You guys have seen that I've done YouTube videos around him, and I try and guys know that I don't YouTube him because he doesn't like to be on YouTube, but you've heard his voice so many times. And, just, think the next time you happen to hear him on YouTube, that he is probably the coolest person I know, besides God, of course. And we're about to sing happy birthday, and I just hope that you guys can forgive me, and just as much as he can, I'm hoping he'll forgive me for not being there tonight. And I pray and hope that I can make it up to him next week. And I'm going to try to buy him dinner tomorrow night to make it up as well. I'm going to ask him if he wants Raising Cane's or Guthrie's tomorrow night. It's on me. So, anyways, guys, on the count of three, we're going to sing him a happy birthday. So, ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonathan. Happy birthday to you. Woo! He's 24 today. Isn't that crazy? Exactly 5 months, 1 day, and 3.5 years apart. He's 24 today. I turn 28 November 11th, 2021. And then, of course, TJ turns 28 next February. So, that kind of gives you guys an idea of how old me, Jonathan, and TJ are. So, anyways, guys, I really thank you for watching this all the way to the end. If you did make it all the way to the end. And I'm about to do one more vlog if I have the time. I'm going to talk about how I've enjoyed working at AIG up to this point, and where I see myself with the company in the foreseeable future. Until then, I will see you guys in the next vlog. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ strengthens you. Have a great day. Peace out.